go. Join us in the in-between. It's Adam and VDB. Welcome to the show. Even if you've got nowhere else to go, join us in the in-between. It's Adam and VDB. All right. Ooh, it just hits the lips. It hits the lips. It
just
Woo!
so good.
So good. So, hey, welcome everybody to the very first Defend and Support the Scene podcast. Not to be confused with the radio show that we do on Squatch in the Pit. This is a brand new podcast or the playlist. But we're going to talk a little bit about the playlist, the Defend and Support the Scene Spotify playlist on this show. We've got a guest coming on a little bit. But before we get there, let's introduce this lovely young man here. Adam, why don't you tell everybody who you are?
Hi, I'm Adam.
Oh, all right. Well, Adam's the guitar player and backing vocalist for Promise Game. I am Colin Vandenberg. I'm the lead vocalist for Promise Game, and just really wanted to thank you all for tuning in today. We're going to be doing this every week. We're going to start rolling out these podcasts to bring you new bands that we've been listening to, that we've discovered on our Spotify playlist, that I curate and again do the radio show on Squatch in the Pit for. If you haven't checked that out, it's on every Wednesday from 2 to 3. But this is going to be more focused on one specific band every week. And I'm not even going to waste too much time here. Let's just get right into it. I'm going to give you, okay, here we go. First burp. So he's going to do that. He is going to do that a lot. But anyways, let's get into the feature. So we've got this band coming on today in a little bit. These guys are awesome. We have befriended them very much so. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that Promise Game and this band Cheer Up Dusty from Philadelphia have on deck for 2021. But before we bring them on, let's spin one of, I think, Adam's favorite songs from these guys, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It definitely was the song that got me into these guys, like flat out, and everything I've heard since then has been amazing. So without further ado, we're going to be bringing on Cheer Up Dusty here in a couple minutes, but let's play their track, Shirtless and Afraid. Adam, what do you think? I already know you said it before.
What a track, my friend.
A banger.
What a track.
Banger.
Straight banger.
Banger. And again, we're going to bring him in right now. He's here. Justin from Cheer Up Dusty. What's up, my man?
Justin. What's up, fellas? What's up, guys?
Dude, good to have you. Good to have you.
I don't have a beer, but Sorry about that.
Well, all right. Next time you're on the show, it is a prerequisite. Now we do seltzers.
Yeah.
The Promise Game is a seltzer band.
Beer makes my tummy hurt. Just can't do it anymore. Heartburn.
Heartburn.
Too much heartburn, my friend.
Way too much heartburn. So anyway.
Dude, I turned 30 soon, man. You know, the seltzers have been good for the stomach, man.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. I tell you right now, I changed my life when I turned 31. I started drinking vodka and seltzer.
Yeah.
Got rid of the beer and the
gin
whiskey.
Man. I'm a gin man myself, but gin or seltzers.
Yeah,
A
you
beer
got
every once in a while.
I had a bad experience with gin in my youth, so it's one of those drinks I can't smell it without.
Oh no!
I hate that. I hate that.
Mine's Captain Morgan.
I was gonna say everyone's got one.
Mine's Captain Morgan or vanilla Stoli.
Oh
yeah, I probably haven't had gin in like 10 years, like straight up.
All right, well, we're going to talk a little bit more about potentially how we can change that maybe someday soon. But before we do that, wanted to just chat real quick. You guys, that song we just heard, Shirtless and Afraid, is again such a banger.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, Adam's going to talk a little bit, ask you more questions.
Colin was saying that you guys are actually like on the newer side as a band. When did you guys start?
So I quit my previous band in December of 18, and then I began writing like the first set of stuff for Dusty in January of 19. And then between January of 19 and November, when I made our like Instagram, Facebook, I made our socials in November of 19. Between that though, so all of 19, I wrote the songs, I recorded them, we shot our first video, I got the logo done, I got some like kind of generic shirts made that I started like handing out. So like I did all this work before we even hit the internet. And then we've been on the internet since November 17th, 2019.
Nice.
And then we've been going
kind of like you. They weren't
similar to our track, except we weren't as quick and then COVID really. COVID really.
So like
stubbed our toes.
Exactly. Same thing. We we were right around the same we wanted to be probably doing our debut EP in the fall of 2019.
For sure. Yeah.
But we kind of like that summer just was like, and I'm a hypochondriac, so like they'll be the first.
You've
I
told
was
me
like,
that before,
yeah, dude, and I didn't do well with COVID for a while. It took me a while, so the band stuck by me. It was really cool actually, because some band members in other bands, and it's nice that we're all friends, and I think that's why we were able to do it and kind of adjust, which I know you guys probably had to adjust a lot too.
Oh yeah,
I know he's going to ask you about that, but everyone kind of adjusted our end, and I'm sure you guys did it too. So
I'm going to ask you about that in a way. All right, let me get into my real questions. Give me a little insight on where this band name came from.
So prior to starting all this, I told you I quit my other band, and my one buddy in that band, my buddy Brandon, he would always call me Justy, which then evolved to Dusty. Just like a joke, there was nothing just to it. It was just like, Dusty, like he just did it.
Okay.
And in the band, when we were in the band together, we're all still cool. I just left because I wasn't feeling what everyone else wanted to do, and I was like, nah, I just want to do my own thing. He would always go, "Cheer up, Dusty, like it's cool, let's go with it."
Nice.
Oh,
hell yeah.
And then I mean, you guys know when you're thinking of like a band name, you don't want to like have something on Spotify that has like 50 other artists and all that.
Right. It took us forever.
We
I don't
literally
even want to get into it.
That's what I'm just saying. Like you as a band, you do that. You don't want to have the same band name as somebody on Spotify because
you don't. And now that music's been around for, recorded music's been around for a while now, where it's tough to find something original. And I don't know. It was actually going to be Wake Up Dusty I had for a minute. And I'm like, that doesn't roll off the tongue. And then I'd settle on the Cheer Up Dusty and never looked back.
Yeah,
but, that was the first thing I complimented you on. I'm like, your logo, the PG, like the movie rate. I'm like, yeah, that is so good.
That's what landed us on the band name. We actually had a at the beginning, and we decided to drop the
Promise Game. And then we dropped I think it was it Eric that was like I think it was
saying drop the it was me.
No, to do the PG logo like that.
That was Eric.
I think Eric was like, hey, because I'm a graphic designer, so everything I was doing was over the top and it was like crazy and
just too much.
It was like, bro, PG, let's just do that. So cool. I know you love it. I'm glad you do.
No, I I told you that was the first, like, I looked into you guys because of that. Because
Yeah,
I'm a very
that's
nostalgic
awesome.
guy, so I just thought of old like VHS tapes and shit that had that or something.
Oh, weird. That's why we
Yeah.
check out Promise Game video. Selfish plug.
Selfish plug. But
Oh, good shit.
yeah, man, it's just you always want to think of something, and there's a lot of there's just a lot of, and there are a lot of good band names out there to take and everything. But it's I wanted something that kind of just went with like me. There's a story now to it, so and it's just so that's why and the guys liked it, and I didn't want to be one of those bands that changes every few years either, because then you kind of lose a little bit of your aesthetic there. So
you got to keep your brand. I'm a marketing guy, and he's like,
that's right.
He doesn't do it by trade, but he's one of the smartest like marketing musician type focus type people. Him and I do a lot of the work behind the scenes on how we release music. No, like it's easy for me to do it because I've been in marketing my entire professional career, but we know how important your brand is, and you guys have a brand. So you guys are smart with sticking with it. Don't ever change it. Keep your logos, because you guys have a good brand. So good stuff. Stop making everybody blush. Oh, I'm such a nice guy. I'm such a nice guy. All right, keep going.
All right. Here's another music specific question for you. So I noticed on your 3 most recent singles that you touched on the themes of both optimism and self-doubt a lot at the same time. Was that a conscious lyrical effort?
That's a
I know. That's
this is when we need the soundboard.
That's an AP magazine type question there, bro.
We're bringing fire on this first podcast of all time. Let's go.
Well, I mean, I wrote all so once we were done that the first EP I cut, and then my buddy Patty was like, all right, I'm on board, and it was us two for just a while. So basically, he made all the arrangement on the songs. The only song that I had any help with arrangement-wise was Late Bloomer. I sent him a riff, and I was like, dude, you gotta. The way we describe it is, we'll say it's like a cheeseburger. I'm like, yo, I got like the meat on here, but nice. I need you to get that bun, and I need you to get all the condiments in this. And so Late Bloomer started with a riff I had, and then he took it the rest of the way. Everything else was just right from Patty's mind. And then I just took the ones that I liked the most. And then I would give him a little like, yo, this one needs to be a little shorter, or like this one, or, a little, but otherwise he did like everything. He was awesome about it. And I wrote the lyrics at the, second half of 2020. So, and I would just write it like, see, I don't know how you guys, but like I have depression. So some days like or some weeks, I'll be able to get so much done, and other weeks I don't get a thing done. So like I wrote those just like after work here and there, and that's really just what came out. So it's kind of just what was there at the time, But
that's rad, dude.
All except our next single, it's a little more fun, and it's not as apathetic, or it's not as serious as the other ones. So the next one will kind of break that chain a little bit, especially because it's summer, so we kind of want to get a little more fun, and we're let out a little bit more than last year. So
let's party, bro. Let's party.
Yeah, let's party, bro. But yeah, dude, I mean, intentional, unintentional. I mean, it's just what came out. Like, there's nothing. I mean, as you can see, I mean, now as COVID, becomes a thing of the past, hopefully soon. When you're talking about that in 4 or 5 years, hey, I wrote that the second half of 2020. That's why it's what it is.
Yeah.
Nope. No, makes total sense,
that
man.
Makes a ton of sense. The second you said it, it made total sense.
Yep. I can actually skip my 5th question because you just answered it.
Look at you. 2 birds, 1 stone. What a guy.
All right, now we're
it's not my first rodeo.
No. Okay, hold on. My dad says that all the time, and I in the back, you'll see the 8 o'clock coffee. So my dad was called 8 o'clock when I was living in Syracuse, New York, and I was called 4 o'clock. So it's set at 4 o'clock. Dad, what's going on, man? He just said it's not his first rodeo. That is my dad's saying. So
I mean,
dad invented the saying, "It's not my first rodeo."
Well, I'm a dad myself. I have a picture of my son. I have a picture of my son right by my bed. So
that's awesome.
All right. So So from Philly for a while, been around the block. Favorite cheesesteak?
Oh. Another Adam bomb.
Oh, yeah, that's always a tough one.
You can name off a couple even.
Well, my cheesesteak consumption is kind of the same as my music, where it's like it's moods, man. You know, like it's always like a mood. You know, like in Manioc, D'Alessandro's steaks.
I love D'Alessandro's, dude. D'Alessandro's is like it's like top peak. You go there for like for a treat. Like D'Alessandro's is a treat.
Well, what's funny? Terrible. What's funny about D'Alessandro's is it's right across the street from Chubby's, which is another great cheesesteak place.
Also
but it doesn't have the name D'Alessandro's has. So when I lived in that area, I would walk over and D'Alessandro's always had a line.
Yeah, whoever doesn't have the line, right?
Yeah. Well, so I'd be like, dude, fuck it. And then I'd cross the street. I'd go to Chubby's because there would be a line of 2 people instead of 20. Yeah. You know, like, I just wanted a cheesesteak. But dude, there's a lot of good ones. Jim's Steaks is a good one.
I'm a huge fan of Jim's. Yeah. Huge fan of Jim's. One time I was in Philly a couple years ago visiting a friend, and we were drunk as shit. And I got 2.
Nice.
And the walk home was 4 blocks maybe. And I ate one of them on the walk and had the next one a couple hours later.
That's awesome.
Double down. What was that one we went to
I don't know. Not worth mentioning.
It was so bad. We went to a terrible one in Fishtown.
So we're not going to talk about
Fishtown. It was bad. It was really bad.
Don't go to Pat's. Don't go to Gino's.
Yeah, it wasn't. Joe's. It was called Joe's. It was called Joe's.
Yeah, Joe's. The thing is, I had to think about it because Joe's used to be called something else that is a derogatory, name. So Joe's. I forget what it used to be called, but I remember it's a bad word. I'm not gonna say, but Joe's is okay. I don't have that much.
We didn't like it. We didn't like it. We were hungover. You would have thought we would have loved it.
I didn't finish. I didn't finish my cheesesteak. That cheesesteak didn't get finished.
My wife didn't finish hers either, and I've never seen her not finish something like supposedly supposed to be awesome.
The biggest conversation when Philly cheesesteaks, and just because they're the biggest known, they're a little more commercial, whatever you want to call it, is the Pats versus Geno's.
Right.
But I mean, any person from Philly, I know you guys have at least, something here. I don't know if you guys are from here, but I know you guys have been here.
I was originally from Downingtown.
Is that it?
But I've been to Philly a bunch.
So, I mean, when it comes to the Geno's versus like Pats, I was a Pats guy. Geno's, I'm sorry, it's just nothing. Yeah, just nothing to it. But but there's one place that constantly is on like the top cheesesteaks ever, and it's in South Jersey. It's in Cherry Hill. It's called Chick's Deli. You ever hear that? That's because it's on this highway and it's behind like a set of like businesses, and it's like in the second like alleyway. So it's so hidden, but it's like the best cheesesteak. It's like as good as any place in Philly and better. So once you guys are in this area, I'll have to take you there because it's on all these top lists.
That's actually a good.
It is a date.
That's a good segue. That's a great segue. Hold on. Hold that thought. We're going to play one more song from Cheer Up Dusty real quick. This is my favorite song. We're going to play Late Bloomer. And when we come back, I'm going to ask you to give me a 1 minute, in the best effort you can, explanation on that song. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what Cheer Up Dusty and Promise Games got going on in 2021. So anyways, let's get to it. Here's Late Bloomer from Cheer Up Dusty. Enjoy.
Interested in
All right. So like I said, that is one of my favorite jams. No, that is my favorite jam. And I know you love it too. Shirtless and Afraid is your favorite. We're all allowed to have our favorites.
All good
That's
songs,
fine.
Oh, yeah, it's all right.
Fine. We're allowed to do that.
You're allowed to have opinions.
Thank you.
You are
I
allowed.
like it.
Even though the internet says you can't,
Yeah, no,
you are allowed.
I am offended by that
I'm offended by it all. I'm offended by it all.
Oh, man.
In 1 minute, tell me what that song's about in 1 minute.
So Late Bloomer, I just, I don't know. I mean, I always feel, or I'm approaching 30 and I feel like my maturity level hasn't gotten to where I thought it would at 30. And I think I think of that, you know, cause I worry a lot and I just think that's a problem a lot where it's really not. But, so it was mainly just about that. My always, you know, feeling a step behind. I don't know. I feel like, I get explained a lot of things at work and like, I'm always just like, what? I don't know. And,
so that's that funny part where the lyrics are like, I always knew people would get ahead of me. Right. And
well, you know, I'm not like, I'm a boomer. I'm not good with the phone or computers anymore, but I was in the 90s.
Oh man, dude, he's not even 30. He's not even 30.
In the 90s, 2000s, I was fine, but I really just like let up once it was like Windows 8. Like after that, it's confusing. And it's you see, my mom is pretty awesome. You know, she I took a break from music for years. I was just like, I can't do it. I have my son. I was like, I'm working. I was like, I just can't do it. Yeah. And she was just like, kind of like, Just, you're not the same. You're not you. You got to like do it. Like you have to. So
that's awesome.
My mom always has been my biggest supporter. You know, she's just like, you can still make it. You can. I'm like,
yeah, okay, dude.
Like, thanks, Mom. Like, you know, so. And
your mom's birthday was just the other day too, wasn't it? I saw that.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Justin's mom. Happy birthday. I don't know how old you are, but you sound rad as hell.
My mom's birthday was just yesterday. I'll tell her I was on a podcast and they said that. She'll get a kick out of that. But so and then I just wanted to tie that in, her support of know, of me and music. So I kind of just tied that all in together and then you know, let in a few, you know, kind of things about me as a kid there. You know the line. I don't say it. So
I love that line. I'm gonna say it. Dude, this kid wet the bed till he was 13. I love it though. It's so cool because I'll tell you. And Justin,
you and I have a lot in common.
Justin, okay, and guess what? I'm gonna tell people everything just because I said that. And everyone, well, you said it in a song, but I'll say it. I sucked my thumb until I was 14.
Oh, dude, I sucked my thumb until I was 12.
And you ready for this? I woke up one day in college next to my now wife, so it's fine. But I was sucking my thumb, like, and I woke up and I was like, oh my God. So he sounds like he wet the bed for a while and I sucked my thumb in college. I sucked my fingers. So we're good, bro.
Well, isn't it like cool to get to like an age or time where like all the things you'd be embarrassed about as like even a teenager, you're kind of like
say them now.
You can just say them. And it's just like we're at an age where it's like, well, if you make fun of me for that, aren't you the dick? Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sounds like you never had a good child. You never had fun or had a real childhood.
All right, no, that I've used that before. Like someone will say something or be like, "Okay, dude, I get it. You had a great childhood." I like that. Or like, I get it. Your parents didn't divorce. I feel you, man.
I love it. Ooh, start using it. Fire, lay in fire. Speaking of fire,
rapid fire,
dude. Let's rapid fire.
First, I would like to just get to know you.
Knew a day to remember, yay or nay?
I don't listen to a day to remember. I haven't even heard.
That's
it.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's
too heavy for you?
Yeah. I mean, and again, I'm at. Anyone can like what they like. Just because I don't like something, I just want to say that before I piss someone off. But yeah, I just I don't. Off. In the level of in the subgenre of pop punk, I go for the poppier than the heavy. Yep. That's just me. I haven't heard any.
Go for it. I was gonna say get them.
Can I suggest that you do check this out then because it's much poppier than their past stuff?
Absolutely. If you're telling me that it's something just I might like, I'll listen to the album and then we can kind of dish and talk about it.
Yeah, I would say that there are two moments of real heaviness, but there is much lighter poppy moments.
Their hardest song probably there's a couple.
Bad Friend is super
that's what I'm saying.
hard.
Bad Friend's one of their hardest songs they've put on a record, but the rest of the album is very, very, very. I don't even want to say mainstream. It's pop. It is. It's poppy. It's pop. It's pop. So you'll like it. Definitely listen. All right.
So go ahead.
Favorite singer of all time?
Oh, I like that
Oh
one.
my God, man, that's hard. I don't
Or just the one, or just the one that you love the most.
I mean, I love the Tom DeLonge nasal. I love it. I always loved it. Oh, I just But the thing is, if you're talking like favorite singer, or what I think is most talented, just like pure like awe. I'd say in the term of like alternative music, you'd probably have to look at like Patrick Stump or Brandon Urie or one of those guys.
The jazzier ones.
Yeah, the ones that really just have that, down to a pat. Whereas when you're talking like just when, pop punk, I love that nasal Tom DeLonge. Like I said, I mean, Colin, you have it. Like I don't really,
Thanks.
I don't have that. I have a slight,
I try to do it though. So
no, and you nail it, and it works for you guys, dude. And I have like a slight nasal, but I just don't have that.
Yeah.
That as I don't want to call it as high of a voice, but like I don't have that, so I just sing it like I do, and it's working out for us. But
awesome.
Yeah, I'd say Tom DeLonge when I'm just talking about pure singers, and then if you're thinking who I think is most talented, I'd have to say like Patrick Stump or somebody.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. I like Patrick. Yeah.
Let's see the album that shaped you most as a teenager.
Oh baby.
I mean, it's probably a little bit generic, but I'd probably have to say Enema of the State.
Okay. Yep.
That one just because, and then like seeing Tom DeLonge in like interviews since then, he calls that, he describes it as like nursery rhymes, like on steroids, like with bombs and stuff. And it is, awesome. And that's how I fell into like the whole, I don't care how technical it is. I like simplicity, and it's all about just how catchy it is, the earworm. So I'd say that album. I mean, Dookie's another one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I could keep going. All Killer, No Filler.
Nice.
I was that kind of kid. So
nobody talks about Sum 41 anymore. Good drop.
Well, they did a change. I mean, they're not a pop punk.
No, they're definitely more like they're on like. Are they more like closer to metal now? If anything.
No.
Really? I don't know.
Now.
Justin agrees with me. They were pretty like weird metal, like really hard, like not even like post hardcore, like. It was
an album. I feel like you haven't listened to Sum 41 in literally forever.
Maybe
their last two albums sounded like not like the band, but something like Metallica might do. So
really,
told you.
So their singles didn't represent.
Maybe
that.
not.
No, I mean they still have that edge and everything, but I mean, like I said, when you're talking about the subgenre of pop punk, their first two albums, what was that one? I can't think of the name.
Does This Look Infected? Yeah.
Does This Look Infected? All Killer, No Filler. And then Chuck was like their first, like, hey, we can do more than pop punk. And then what's the one after that? The one where it's just there.
That's where I don't know. That's where I just started.
Yeah, I fell off after
I heard it.
Infected.
I would like hear it on like my release radar or something. I'd be like, okay, I'm fine with it, but it's not the Sum 41 that I like. So
nah, but I mean, everyone wants to talk about Machine Gun Kelly's like genre jump. You go from All Killer, No Filler to Chuck.
It's crazy.
That's a huge difference. It's a huge jump. So
yeah, it is. All right, hit him with another one real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
This one could be hard. Favorite album of 2020.
Favorite album of last year?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I listened to a lot last year. I mean, probably the Knuckle Puck album, which is called 2020.
Yeah. Same answer.
His favorite album of 2020.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
That was album of the year of 2020.
I asked him what it was before. I was like, well, I want to know what yours is before. And that's wow, same page, you two.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's awesome. But that album, the singles were definitely the best songs on it, but it has a good flow, which I mean, I use that in band practice a lot, like just flow. Yeah. And that was a good one. The Machine Gun Kelly album, I'm going to bring it up.
It's really good. We both love it. We love it.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's nothing it's not groundbreaking, but it's catchy. I can listen to the whole thing.
Right.
It's very, Travis Barker's drumming is still top notch.
Yep.
Whether
that's in the business. That's in the business.
You can say what you want about him. Dating a Kardashian or not, he's still doing what he's doing.
That's the best.
So, and then I listened to a lot of like local stuff. I know Driveways. They put out a really good album last year.
Yeah, I don't know.
You should listen to Driveways.
Yeah, Driveways is sick.
Yeah.
I can't think of any more.
You just gave us a plenty. You're good. You're good.
I'd have to go on my Spotify, and then I'd be able
to go through them, right?
Like this was sick,
Yeah. Well, your answers were good.
You want to close this out, buddy?
Yeah, let's close this out because we're running out of time. Before we go, I hinted a couple times about some stuff that Dusty here, Cheer Up Dusty and Promise Game got going on. like I said, we Justin and I have talked with each other over the last couple months, and knowing that 2020 was such a hard year for everybody and everyone's ready to get back out there and go to shows, we found a really great friend with Justin here, and we're planning on doing a 2-city, 2-show kind of little mini takeover. It's going to be this November.
November is what we're doing
for sure. Yeah, so we're going to go down to Philly. Promise Game is going down to Philly. Cheer Up Dusty's coming up to New Hampshire. We've already started talking to some bands.
New Hampshire, or are we doing Boston?
I think we don't know. I'm
not sure yet.
It's either New Hampshire or Boston. I can tell you right now, we've got a band from the Worcester area that a lot of people are going to be down with. I haven't even told you about this yet. I'll tell you later. But yeah, maybe Boston. I already told you, Justin. Actually, I told you, and I didn't tell anybody else. Sorry.
Then you're like, it's 4 years strong.
No, it's not. It is not 4 years strong. It is not 4 years strong.
Yeah, it's a cover band, 40 years strong.
Yes,
it's all dudes our age.
That's right. That's right.
So, anyways, we're gonna have Justin and maybe some of the other band members on this podcast as we get closer to that time, so that we can get more information and the folks from around those areas can come check it out. But everybody, keep an eye out for that. We're gonna talk more with Justin as the time comes. But again, thank you so much for coming on our very first show. Like I said,
I love it, guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. And with that said, I'm gonna do. Justin doesn't have a beer, which is fine. But
cheers.
We're gonna do it. Justin, grab it. There you go.
There it is.
Yeah, that's fine. We do. Yeah, beautiful. All right, man. Thank you so much, Justin. We'll talk to you soon, man. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Adam, appreciate you guys, man. We'll talk soon. All right.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you later. Peace.
See you, fellas.
See you, brother.